So yeah. And I'm waiting for Brandon to join because he's playing Destiny. Andre, I must say. That's definitely. Shit. Let's see. Let's go Earth. Let's go. In a minute, I might go get a charger. Here's one. Yeah, good. Yeah, we're at Earth. And waiting for Brandon. It'll take maybe a minute or so. Until then, we're just gonna walk around. Seriously, this dude is an idiot, the robot. It tries to do its job. Maybe he's like super focused.
Titan, greetings.
Greetings, bruh. I wonder if this guy has any desires, like those kinds of desires. I mean, he's been dead for so long. That's probably a question he's asking, like, what the heck is going on? I have to go back to the reef, because I have a mission. I'm gonna wait for my fire team member for that.
There was nothing more you could have.
So, like, we know... I wouldn't consider Brandon a fan, more like a friend. Because he doesn't watch my channel. But... oh, he's here. There. He's here, so he's on Earth. Since he's here, he's probably downstairs.
You're afraid of the shadows? Or should you?
I'm just gonna keep trying.
Welcome back, Falcon.
am getting
Attention all Guardians. The Crucible will improve your skills and reward you for your sacrifice.
like, dude, buddy, I'm running around and across the town. Ah, wonder if I can like stand. That killed him? He's so stupid. Wow, he's so dumb.
Come on, Guardian.
It's the original Destiny game and it's really fun. But Taken King is supposed to be a lot more fun. Not everyone's into video games. I used to not be into video games, but I'm gonna try one more time. Crap. Duh. I'm gonna try him a few times until he answers. Joins a party. Thing about
More
parties.
Guardians fell to Crota's sword.
But here's the truth. PlayStation 4, whenever I had PlayStation Network, once, without it being on YouTube,
Relax, Titan, I won't bite.
or without intending it to be on YouTube. I used to try to make videos, didn't work out well, so I just decided to stick to, exotic weapons. Let's see if I can get any. Requires discovery, forget it. I must not know how badly want to be on his fire team. Because I think I like multiplayer games. I love multiplayer games now. I'm obsessed with them. For not just having to play on my own. Like, just be on my own, talk on my own. I mean, it's fun. But, you know, I mean, like, whenever Laura watches, it's like that kind of feeling. Like, you're talking to somebody, but you're not really talking to somebody. It's a little different. I mean, I probably like talking to my fans a little bit more than just people that I never met. But my brother can get 2 double cheeseburgers, but I'm only allowed to get 2 hamburgers. I eat more than him. I usually get 3 hamburgers and fries. Talking about McDonald's. But for some reason my mom's not allowing it. I don't know why people love McDonald's. It's okay. I mean, like, I'm starving. I literally have like problems where I have to eat. It's called humanity. Like, I'm not satisfied if I'm not eating or doing something I enjoy. I don't have OCD. I have conditions, just not OCD. My Eli has OCD. We're a bit different. He has an ADHD, but I think I have more problems that are like severe. I have more severe problems. I mean, he has a lot of severe problems. He has allergies and skin disease, but I have like life or death problems. Like I do have lactose intolerance. That's not life or death, but it's still pretty annoying. Like just farting constantly after I have ice cream or cheese, because I love cheese. Pizza, lasagna, spaghetti. Everything, every Italian food, I think I eat cheese whenever I go to, and it's frustrating. It's pretty frustrating. I have asthma, which means I can't breathe. No, I literally can't breathe. Whenever I was a little kid, whenever I was 5, they had to put me on an oxygen tank so I could breathe. I had to go to school like that. I just looked like I was some robot or something. It was pretty tough, but it was like covering my mouth. I couldn't talk much, even though I love to talk. But I love to eat, and all my favorite foods, they all had lactose. Even meatloaf. I put Parmesan cheese on my meatloaf. Hey, don't judge me. It's great. It's delicious. I used to put a lot of Parmesan cheese on my stuff. So there was a time whenever I had to stop eating so much. Whenever I was 6, I had to stop eating so much because I was going down with some disease or something. And whenever I stopped eating, I lost so much weight. Being lactose intolerant and asthmatic, but those aren't even the beginning of my problems. I also have autism. Well, Asperger's. I have a social disorder. I'm pretty sure it's Asperger's. I'm not exactly sure. But I do have a social disorder, which gave me a bunch of problems in school in my beginning years. Oh, warrior stands tall. Batman would honestly live if he jumped this distance. He would, I'm sure. But given my social disorder, it was hard for me to make friends, except for this other guy in my first ever class whenever I was 3 years old. Because I wasn't very smart. I'm way smarter now. I'm one of the smartest. I'm the smartest kid at my school. With a IQ of 160, but they all still. But I was kind of a dumb kid. I didn't really understand what was going on back then. I kind of thought that I was failing classes. I started failing. I knew something had to be done back in 3rd grade. Ever since then, in the years before, I was exceptional. I was phenomenal. All A's, but in 3rd grade, I went through a phase through my life to where I thought that being cool was to make bad grades and make bad decisions and don't really care about school and dress cool, because I really do like I used to wear nice clothes. And I still wear sometimes. Some people actually want fashion advice from me, and I was like, okay, I get like my clothes from expensive places because my parents are really like, my father has a great job, so I'm able to get good clothes. And I figured out not everyone at my school is like that, so they have to. But I also tell them that you can buy some other good things at some of the most basic stores.
General advisory. Messages can be claimed at the postmaster.
But so back in 3rd grade, I made my first F ever, because I started the phase whenever I was in first grade and ended the phase in third grade. That I thought that that's what it meant. Cause all the cool kids were making bad grades in movies and TV shows, and they were all popular and stuff. So I thought that's what you had to do in order to get popularity. I turned out to not be correct. I was failing in third grade in math, especially. I was terrible at math. And reading, I just didn't care. I just marked down answers. But my parents talked to my teacher, and my teacher really liked me and my brother because we were well behaved. I was the best behaved in the classroom, but that quickly changed as I started to get smarter and smarter in other classes. And I was always the good kid ever since first grade. Second grade, I made some bad decisions. I got my first girl in kindergarten. I made bad decisions. And whenever I got in trouble, I felt like I was a failure. But in other grades, like in first grade, I tried to stay on green, second two, and third two. I went all that time without without going to a different color, so thank God. But as I was saying, so my parents talked to my teacher, and they were extremely upset because my dad made A's and B's, and my mom made A's and B's, and I said, so what, A's and B's? Wow, it's not A's, they're not A's. So they got mad, and then I realized that something had to be done. I should be making these bad grades. I should be making A's, no B's. Like I'm not even gonna take a B. I'm gonna take an A. So third grade was whenever I got my true academic prowess. But on my first report card that I started trying, I made 1 B. And my brother made all A's, and he kind of rubbed it in my face. So that gave me motivation to make all A's. And then I made all A's, and he made all A's and B's. So I was the smartest kid in that class. I truly was. After I started working hard and devoting myself, I sat by this racist kid, even though he has black friends. He said, don't invite the D word in IG. He said, why you invite into your party? He said the word. Because I said, I'm not gonna be friends with a racist sucker. No, that's not what I said. I said, I'm not gonna be friends with a racist loon. He said, I'm not racist. Then, you know what? Then I said, well then listen to the words you say. But I got my grades up, and now I am an all-A student for the entire year. But there's this thing called Junior Beta Club at my school. Wait, let's get into 4th grade before we get to that. 4th grade was probably my one of the worst years, but not even close to my worst. It was the first time I ever got on yellow, and yellow for me meant I'm in trouble. I never ever got on yellow, and it was because of the people I was in a group with, and they got me in trouble, and I was truly crying. I was crying, for God's sake. I had to talk to my teacher. I had to explain it all to her. I said I'm trying to stay as good as possible, and but wait, no, let's get back to the 3rd grade. Back in 3rd grade, Preston, the guy that's racist, the racist guy, he said to the teacher, the teacher said something about the bad kids always sit in the back of the class, next to the teacher's desk, and I sat in the back of the class next to the teacher's desk. And then he said something, and then the teacher said, and she said, if I had all the bad kids sitting in the back next to my desk, I don't think I'd be able to get out. And then he said, then why? So you admit Ethan is bad? And then she said, no, it's not. Ethan's good. And then I did like a sarcastic smile at him, like, yeah, I know. Like, you should really care about behavior. Like, he did not care. He cursed a lot. That truly got on my nerves. So yeah, I kept my grades up, and in the end, I made all A's. And this was a really big deal. What happened next? Our reading levels. You see, I was reading on a 5th grade level for the first month, and that was a really big deal because no one else was even close to me. Everyone else was at either a third or 2nd grade level, so this was an extremely big deal. And this one kid, the only kid that's in the Excel thinks he's smarter than me because he's in Excel, but that's not what Excel is. Their teacher says it, but you know what the teacher is? Dumb as dirt. Well, there are 2 teachers. The one that said that is upstairs. The one that didn't say that is the one I am a personal fan of. I like the other one. She's nice. But the one that said that, I'm not a fan of. She is just mean. And she says things that hurt other kids' feelings, especially kids that care about their grades, and other kids that get the great things, but they couldn't care less about their grades. They really couldn't. So all the kids in my class were really like,
Cora understands. She's the
they were just idiots. They were true idiots. But we'll get back to that. Me and my brother, we kept trying to be the best as we could, and we truly were the best in the class. Like, we would always raise our hands, and the rest of the class would rely on us to say the answer. Like, we started learning 4th grade stuff. Me and Gabriel, we were ahead. We were at 6th grade stuff. I'm at 9th grade. I'm at like 12th grade stuff right now. I'm at a 12th grade level. I'll be like, the kids in my class could begin to understand the things I could say.
I'll give you the over on 3 hours to drop ship hits.
I do calculus. The kids in my class use calculators in class. But, so I kept doing the best I could, and me and my brother were triumphant. I remember this one time, whenever, yeah, so we just got done with our testing. We tested on our birthday. We did that every year in East Avery, in 3rd through 5th grade, which is East Avery Elementary. I know, it's stupid. 2 elementary schools, I don't get it. It's really dumb. Not a great school district. But so we got through all of our tests, and then we started doing 4th grade stuff, and me and Gabriel were already at it. I mean, like, we were studying at home. We were being good little nerds. Or I thought nerd was an insult back then. So we started working harder and harder. No one was really able to understand what we were doing. We just said that we're trying to stay in school. What about you guys? So I remember this one time, the teacher had to ask a question. She asked a question, and no one really cared. No one cared. Everyone else just like sat in the back and was scared. But not me and Gabriel. We answered. We raised our hands, and no one else raised their hands. So the teacher said, "Hey, raise your hands. What are you guys waiting for?" So some people raised their hands, got the answer wrong, and then me and Gabriel were like, "Oh my God!" We were ticked off. We had to mouth it out for them. Ooh, and a fun fact about 3rd grade. Trent Harmon, I don't know if you guys know who that is. He's the winner of American Idol. His mother, that's right, mother, was a substitute teacher for me in 3rd grade. Now, isn't that really cool? That is awesome. That is sick. And I see her all the time. Like, we go to her restaurant all the time. It's really just extremely cool. And I don't know when Trent's coming back, but I don't know. But that is really cool that I got substituted by a celebrity's mother. Anyway, so as me and Gabriel were thriving, the others were just trying to survive. They survived like with C's and B's. So I think like one person made a D. I mean, a D is a passing grade. I'm not gonna lie, it's a passing grade. I mean, you pass, but you don't do a good job. A stands for astonishing. B stands for bland but good. C stands for crazy. Because they get a lot of answers wrong. D stands for dumb. And F stands for idiot. You idiot. Idiot. That's what F stands for. But that doesn't really matter right now. So A's is what you need to strive for. Alright, as I'm saying. Idiocy. As I was saying, I got a little farther into my 4th grade was whenever I got on yellow first, and I cried a lot because this happened 3 times. But the 3rd time, people were telling me, "Don't you cry, don't you cry, don't you cry, don't you cry." And I didn't cry. I wasn't crying. I was like, dang. It's like crap, cause. So yeah, that's not normal for me. It wasn't normal. But anyway, as I got smarter and smarter and smarter, my grades got worse and worse and worse. I made all A's in 4th grade. There wasn't one B, but 5th grade was whenever I kinda just lost it for some reason. I was the smartest kid in my school, but I made iffy grades. Iffy. They were okay, but I don't get it. I don't know how. Like, it's kind of ironic in a way. It's irony. That's what it is. It's kind of ironic. So in the beginning of the year, my teacher didn't really seem to like me for some reason. All the other teachers liked me a lot. But so whenever she didn't like me, I didn't make any A's in her class. I made B's, and I got my and I got in trouble a lot for no reason, for just being creative, just trying to be a little creative. She did not appreciate my creativity, and I was extremely ticked off. I did not like her. I hated her. In fact, I wanted to sign a petition to get her the heck out of there. But in the second semester, all of a sudden, she likes me. Alright, why is this bad? Because in the second semester was probably whenever I cried the most from what happened. And it was because of the principal's words, and I hate the principal. I truly hated her, despised her for the things she said and the things she just in all is. But anyway, there's this thing called Junior Beta Club, and it's for the smartest kids in our school, apparently. And everyone at my school was saying, yeah, he's gonna get in. Yeah, he's gonna get in. They were talking about me. They knew I was gonna get in. They were not thinking that anyone else was gonna get in, but me and my brother. Didn't work out. The first 9 weeks, she didn't like me or my brother. But, so we made B's in her class. We didn't get in. You have to make all A's. Gabriel, in the second 9 weeks, got a little bit more affection out of her for some way, and ended up being one of her favorite students, and he made B's. I mean, no, A's. That's all he made was A's. It's a little, and that's the ironic part. So I started to get really ticked off, and my parents wanted to make a meeting, but they never would do it. They never set a meeting, because this was truly a sad point for our family, and especially for me. I cried whenever my brother told me that he got in and I didn't. He had no clue. He truly didn't. It wasn't his fault for making me cry. It wasn't his fault. He had no clue that I didn't get in. But he did get in.
I imagine we can both teach each other something, Guardian.
When it truly was annoying. So it got worse and worse. In the second 9 weeks, she started, but then I said something and she started liking me. She viewed me as probably her favorite student. Guess what I made in her class? I made all freaking A's. Nothing but A's in her class. I only made A's, and I was supposed to get in a Junior Beta Club. And Gabriel wasn't supposed to get in the Junior Beta Club, which is kind of funny.
Or do you want to see what we...
So, as it got worse, I started to kind of get really upset and ticked off. I was really uptight because I was watching this TV show and it kind of got me a little smarter. I was extremely uptight. I was like, don't mess with me. Like, I started arguing more, started getting it, and it was a nightmare. It was a true nightmare. It truly was. And people started walking away from me. I lost my girlfriend. Nothing was going the right way. I lost my girlfriend in the second semester, and I got her in the second semester. She broke up with me within a month for no reason. Well, for a great reason. I started to liking this other girl, even though I wasn't really liking her. I was just like hanging out with her, and it kind of made her think that I was hitting on her. I was chasing her and hanging out with her. So she broke up with me and I was a wreck. A true wreck. I was truly upset. Whenever, like, she meant a lot to me, and first time we got together, I said I loved her. I mean, I truly liked her. So she broke up with me, and that's all she wrote. That was all she wrote. But don't worry, guys. It gets worse. In the second semester, so the teacher likes me. Then I make all A's. Ironic, I know. My brother, on the other hand, is making B's in her class, and it got worse. But he got into junior beta club, and they held a ceremony for the junior beta club, and what the principal said didn't make anyone else think except for me, because I'm the only one that's smart enough to think. She said, only the top academic students can get into this club, and I cried whenever she said that. And everyone else was laughing at me for crying. That's because they don't care. They want to be stupid. Apparently, Landon Criddle is a real mouth breather. Like, he laughed, other people laughed, and I truly just couldn't handle it. I didn't want to be that kid who's way too smart to be at the school, who should be in middle school already, and have